morning, students. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Okay, students, shall we learn accountancy? Okay, in accountancy, we have completed 4 chapters, isn't it? The fifth one we are going to learn today. That is related to partnership firm. This one is admission of a partner. Okay, we know first we should know what is admission of a partner. It is very simple that if any person join in an existing partnership firm, that is called admission of a partner. Okay, so sometimes the purpose may be different. Okay, already there may be 2 or 3 persons may be working as partners. They want to have more capital, more amount to invest in the business. They may join one partner because every new partner they has to bring additional capital. So in order to increase the additional capital, sometimes they may need that capital in order to improve the business or to expand the business operations. Okay, for that purpose. Or a person may be that well versed in management. Okay, then that person can be appointed as a partner. So for managerial skill or for additional capital, in order to do some development in the existing business, they may appoint a new person as partner. Okay, so when a new partner is admitted, what is happening there? So they first they might have introduced or they might have that developed one agreement, isn't it? So that partnership deed, that is called, so that deed is reconstituted, that we have to they have to prepare again. Okay, the new one should be prepared, the partnership deed. Okay, that agreement, the old agreement will come to an end, because even the profit sharing ratio, then the name of the person who has joined, everything should be written there in the agreement. So they have to uh, they have to prepare a new agreement. Okay, many adjustments are there that they have to make at the time of appointment of a new partner. Okay, admission of a new partner. Here in the Partnership Act 1932, Section 3, Section 31 1 says that no partner can be admitted without the consent of all partners. So what is the meaning? The consent of all the partners is needed to admit a new person as a partner in the partnership firm. Okay, if one partner does not agree, then they cannot admit another partner in the partnership firm. Okay, now we will learn about the adjustments that we have to make at the time of admission of a new partner in the partnership firm. Okay, so first one, he brings capital. For that we need to make the entry. We know that one, cash account debtor or bank account debtor to partner's capital account. Sometimes they may bring some asset also. Then we have to write the asset. What and all he brings, we have to debit. Either cash or bank or asset. Okay, then partner's capital account should be credited. So now, what are the adjustments that we have to make? The first one is distribution of accumulated profits or losses. Distribution of accumulated profits or losses. Profits or losses. Then any reserves. All these must be distributed to the old partners in the old ratio. Okay, old partners in the old ratio. Then they have to revalue the assets and liabilities. That is called revaluation of assets and liabilities. Then when they revalue the assets and liabilities on the date of admission, they have to revalue. Then if there is any profit, that should be transferred to the partner's capital account. If there is a loss at the time of revaluing the assets, then that will be debited to partner's capital account. Then determination of new profit sharing ratio. We have to determine the new profit sharing ratio. Determination of new profit sharing ratio. Here the old partners have to sacrifice. That is called sacrificing ratio. Okay, that is the third step. Then adjustment for goodwill. In the previous lesson we have learned, here the journal entries we have to learn. Adjustments for goodwill. Now adjustment of capital, the last one. Okay, here we are going to learn about only this distribution of accumulated profits and the determination of new ratio. The other things not included in this syllabus. Okay, that is deleted portion. So first of all we will learn what is distribution of accumulated profits or losses and reserves. Okay, so we know that profit will be added along with the capital. Okay, by that net profit it will be written. So that profit, or if it is a loss, it will be written in the asset side. Okay, profit means in the liability side. Then any reserves. Reserves we can say reserve fund, general reserve, capital reserve. Okay, all these are called a reserve fund. Then any other fund also, that workmen compensation fund, or that investment fluctuation fund. Okay, all these funds should be distributed to the old partners in the old profit sharing ratio. Why we distribute these things? Because if there is profit, that is the work of the old partner. Okay, so the new partner will be enjoying the profit that we are going to earn in the future, but he is not entitled to receive the old profit, because that is the work or labor of all the old partners. So when the new partner joins, all the old profits will be distributed. Or if that business has incurred loss continuously, that is the inefficiency of the partners. So that must be borne by all the partners. Okay, then any reserve fund, if they have kept any money from their profits as reserve, workmen compensation fund, investment fluctuation fund, this fund also they have provided from their profits. Okay, so that must also be credited to the partners in their old profit sharing ratio. So what is the journal entry for this one? If it is profit, Profit it will be shown on the liability side because it shows credit balance, isn't it? So now we should debit this one. Okay, so profit and loss account we have to write. Then any reserve fund, that also should be debited. Reserve fund, then general reserve or capital reserve, okay, whatever name given, that name. Then fund, workman compensation fund, investment fluctuation fund, that should be debited. Then what should be credited? Partners capital account or partners current account. Old partners, okay, here old partners only. Either capital account or current account. Here you should be very careful when we have to write in the capital account. If they follow that fluctuating capital method, they will give. Okay, fluctuating capital method we have to transfer to capital account. But if they maintain fixed capital method, if they maintain their capital as per the fixed capital method, then we have to transfer all these profits and that share of reserve fund, everything to the current account of the partners. Okay, that's all you have to remember. Then if there is profit, we will show in the liability side, so we need to debit